Hello everybody and welcome in my final presentation at Creative Process module. Honestly, I didn't make huge change after the intermediate presentation. It almost more refined edits and complete the rest of work. At this slide, I just ask myself why I pick up these topics. Since I am focused more on environment and prop design, I decided to play around this gator and I found it such an interesting object and sexy geometry. One of the methods which was useful and helped me a lot in this project to put some constraint to myself to shape rough ideas or image for the vehicles. Things like scale, style, proportion, functionality, and other aspects when I just have roughly ideas regarding those aspects, at this moment I started to shape solid vision and readable image to my concepts. Since I did many 3D visualization before, I tried to took this assignment differently and focus more in idealization process rather than the technical process. As I mentioned before, I set some special boundaries to this idea in general. So the scale will be kids toy scale, the job will be product design, and the general style will be minimalistic style. As we can see here, the gator has lovely proportion, and I liked the current proportion. It seems almost already stylized, and the cartoony itself. I think it's already fun and have catchy character, so I can easily use the exact proportion and work on it. Besides that, I got inspired from the wooden toy cars in terms of the minimalistic look and iconic form, which is super catchy. Also, I add the idea of modular. Actually, the main benefits for modular idea to be able to create many iterations with different functionality and different scenarios from limited object. And that will be quite nice if I can use the modular idea and gain the valuable feature in my lovely gator. As we can notice here, things like mind maps, concepts, and sketches are helping to organize the design process and break down the whole task into small tasks, and it became more doable and easy to do. Here, as we can see, those couple of sketches, I break down the gator into small parts like cabins, tractor, hood, and wheels. Then I create simple table to analyze them and design different module in each category or sector. The steps and the workflow at this project was quite simple. I started with design physical prototype, then go to 3D software and create the basic blocking. Next, I started to go more deep and add more details with keeping the minimalistic style. The last step was adjust lights and have cool render to it. At this stage, I have just a quick experimental to create the gator from baskets package to figure out how many units at this are needed for the gator and what the right ratio and measures to design multifunction vehicle. Working with wood have many helpful tips and techniques. I checked some references and books to know some of those woods interlocks. This was the first idea for the first gator. In fact, this approach have a different weakness, such as it doesn't belong to the original gator. Okay, it has cool appear and nice design, but still didn't follow Johan Deere's gator's identity. After the first minus tool, I realized that editing as the last approach, it will take a lot of time, plus it will not be perfect at the end. Since sometimes building the thing from scratch is faster and easier than edit it again and trying to fix it. That's why I started in the second revision and create the second model by following the real reference and imitate the original proportion. At this stage, I learned that real photo is fine, but still loosely tricky and not enough to know the right ratios and real measures. That's why I used some blueprints, photo, and AutoCAD drawing. The way I designed the gator it's actually the same way it should be designed in toy industry. Consequently, its separated objects come together and become one coherent car. What I learned here at this stage, iteration is very important to have different alternatives and many possibilities to figure out the suitable selection and getting the right decision. The next part of this project was the packaging part, which is the interesting part. And at this project, I like graphic design and packaging design in general, and this was cool opportunity to know more about that. After I collect some references from different packages design, I realized that there is many two categories for kids toy packages. First, the package when the car is one piece and already collected, and the second when the car is broken down into separated pieces and packed as a separated pieces. In fact, I decided to go with second option and back by my gator as a separated pieces. I like this approach in terms of its express modular idea better and make it more intuitive for kids to understand it. Plus, it not is not that overused in toys industry, and it might be quite unique and cool to use it again. Besides, I planned around the graphic layout, typefaces, style, and color distribution, and finally, I feel more comfortable with the final approach with more green and less yellow to confirm Johan Deere identity and don't break the general style and the general identity. That's more and less about my Gator this semester. Thank you for attention and hope you the best. Ciao, guys.